But this is altogether a mark of the most common sort of men. Marcus Aurelius. This quote means that if someone is easily upset or reacts badly to something, it shows they are not a very wise or strong person. It's like they're showing everyone that they can't handle things well. Here are some ways to apply this. If your friend gets really mad and yells at you just because you accidentally took the last cookie, that's an example of this kind of behavior. If someone in your class gets upset and refuses to play with others just because they didn't get picked for a team game, that shows they're not handling things well either. If your sibling gets angry and stomps their feet when you beat them at a video game, it's like they're showing everyone that they can't handle losing. If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change. Marcus Aurelius. This quote means that you should be open to changing your mind or behavior if someone can show you a better way. It's okay to make mistakes, and it's smart to learn from them. Here are some ways to apply this. If your friend points out that you're using a lot of water while brushing your teeth and shows you how to turn off the tap, you should be happy to change your habit to save water. If your teacher explains a math problem in a different way and it makes more sense to you, you should be willing to try their method instead of sticking with what you were doing before. If your sibling shows you that there's a faster and safer route to school, you should be happy to take the new route even if it means changing your usual routine. A man should be upright, not kept upright by others. Marcus Aurelius. This means that a person should be honest and do the right thing because it's who they are, not just because someone else is telling them to. It's like being truthful and kind even when no one is watching. Here are some ways to apply this. If your friend asks you to cheat on a test, but you know it's wrong, doing your own work and studying hard instead shows that you're upright and honest, even if it's harder. When you accidentally break something at home, owning up to it and apologizing to your parents without them finding out first shows that you're responsible and truthful, not just trying to avoid getting in trouble. If someone is being bullied or treated unfairly, standing up for them even if it's hard or unpopular demonstrates that you have strong values and principles and aren't just doing what others want you to do. Live with the gods, and he does so who constantly shows them that his soul is satisfied. Marcus Aurelius. This quote means that when you're happy with what you have and are content with your life, you're living a good life. It's like being friends with something greater than yourself and showing respect by being grateful for what you have. Here are some ways to apply this. If you get a new bike and you're really excited to ride it, but then it starts raining outside and you can't go for a ride right away, still be happy and thankful that you got the bike, even if you can't use it yet. When your family has a big dinner together on a special occasion, be grateful for the food and the people around you, even if it's not exactly what you wanted to eat or do. If you really want a new video game but your parents say no, instead of getting upset, try to think about all the fun games you already have and be happy with what you've got. I am rising to the work of a human being. Why then am I dissatisfied if I am going to do what I was born for? Marcus Aurelius. This quote means that when we're doing something that is meaningful and important, like helping others or working hard to achieve our goals, we should feel proud and happy. Even if it's difficult or not always fun, knowing we're doing what we're meant to do can make us feel fulfilled. Here are some ways to apply this. For example, let's say you've been volunteering at an animal shelter every week for a few months now, and sometimes it feels like hard work, but you know that you're helping take care of the animals and making their lives better. Another example is when you're practicing your favorite sport or instrument, and it takes up a lot of time and effort, but knowing that you're getting better and improving every day makes all the hard work worth it. Imagine you're working on a group project at school with friends, and it's not always easy to agree on things, but when you finally finish and see how great your project turned out, you feel proud of yourselves for sticking together and doing a good job. Substance is like a river in a continual flow, and the activities of things are in constant change. Marcus Aurelius. This quote means that everything in life is always moving and changing, just like a river flowing. Nothing stays the same forever, so we need to be ready for things to change. Here are some ways to apply this. Just like how your favorite TV show will eventually end its season and new episodes won't air until next year, you have to accept that good times with friends or family might come to an end, but new fun times can start later. Imagine you're playing soccer, and the ball is always moving. If you don't move too, you'll miss it. In life, we need to be like players on the field, moving and adjusting to what's happening around us. Even your favorite video game gets updates with new levels or characters, which means the game changes over time. Similarly, in real life, people grow up, places change, and rules are updated, so we need to adapt and adjust. He who fears death either fears to lose all sensation or fears new sensations. Marcus Aurelius. This quote means that when people are scared of dying, they're usually worried about either not being able to feel anything anymore or experiencing new things that might be uncomfortable. It's like being afraid of a big change. Here are some ways to apply this. If you're nervous about moving to a new school because you won't know anyone, it's like fearing new sensations. You're scared of what this new experience will be like. Some people are afraid to ride roller coasters because they don't want to feel the rush of adrenaline or the sensation of falling, which is an example of fearing new sensations. If a friend is worried about going to sleep at night because they might have bad dreams, it's like fearing to lose all sensation. They're scared of not being in control and what might happen while they're asleep. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. This quote means that what you think about can affect how happy or unhappy you feel. If you focus on positive thoughts, you're more likely to be happy, but if you dwell on negative thoughts, you might feel sad or upset. Here are some ways to apply this. For example, if you're waiting in line for a really long time and you start thinking about all the fun things you'll do when you get to the front of the line, you might actually start feeling more excited and less bored. If your friend didn't invite you to their birthday party and you start thinking, they must not like me, or I'm so left out. Those negative thoughts can make you feel sad and unhappy, but if you try to think, maybe they just forgot, or we can plan something fun another time, that might help you feel better. If it's raining outside on a day when you were really looking forward to playing soccer, instead of thinking, ugh, this is the worst, you could think, hey, we can play an indoor game instead, or I can practice my shooting skills in the garage, which might make you feel more positive and excited.